Hello everyone and welcome. This is going to be a tutorial on farming inventory items, especially optic lenses and electronic sensors and explosive devices. You'll also be getting inductive batteries, integrated chipsets, low power microchips, and so forth for a lot of your inventory items. And particularly inventory items I'm talking about are these here on your wheel. So if you look at your crafting and the particular items that you're going to need to craft these, it'll tell you here explosive materials, saltpeter, which we're not going to get saltpeter today. We're also not going to get old shells today, and you can find those typically around Cold War ruins, and I can do that on a later tutorial. But you're going to get plenty of explosive devices. If you notice there, I have over 15,000 explosive devices, so I think I have plenty. You need explosive materials. You need that for pretty much crafting everything that blows up in your inventory. That's going to be grenades, your C4, even your torch uses explosive materials, your diversion lures, your intel grenade uses electronic sensors and low power microchips, which you will be getting, and even your flashbang uses explosive materials. So pretty much all these, including your mines, use explosive materials, grenades, so forth. The inductive batteries you will also be getting, that is for your EMPs. Now your Mark III EMP uses Behemoth Microchips, and that is another tutorial for a later time. I can show you how to get 5 Behemoth Microchips per Behemoth that you destroy, and you can rinse, wash, and repeat that process at a certain location that I like to go to get tons and tons of Behemoth Microchips, pretty much unlimited for however many of these EMPs you want to craft. And EMPs are particularly handy when you are fighting drones and behemoths and so forth. Now the location you're going to want to go to for all these materials is over on Golem Island. If you notice the lava behind me, I am actually on the mountain right here where the lava comes out. Okay, so this is Golem Island, this is Sector 3, and this is going to be up here at the Lava Duct Bivouac. So it's the Sector 3 Eastern Bivouac. You're going to want to fast travel here. You're also going to want to have unlocked your Pathfinder class, because we're going to have to use the Pathfinder class to do this this little glitch, I guess you want to call it. So I'm going to open this bivouac. The only reason I would do this is specifically so that I can get into my tactics and make sure that I'm in Pathfinder class. Once you activate your Pathfinder class, we can go ahead and get out of the bivouac. We won't need to use it for anything else. Now, the area we're going to be focusing on is Scandium Mine over here. So that's this location here. That's just down from the bivouac. And there are 2 farming equipments that we're going to be using for this trick. Now, you need to make sure that you're on this side of the bivouac. I guess for some reason the line is kind of across here for the render distance for these items to be able to come in your inventory over and over again. I'm going to take my drone out after I'm behind this line. I'm going to fly it over towards Scandium Mine, which is this direction. And if you notice, you can see there's a big piece of farm equipment right there. And there's also a big piece of farm equipment right there. We have to destroy those, and when you destroy farm equipment, in my earlier tutorials you may have noticed that these items actually will go directly into your inventory. Well, that's what we're going to want to do here. We're going to want the items to go directly in our inventory. But we're going to stay out of render distance except for our drone. And so every time we send our drone out from outside the render distance, it's going to pick those items up again. What I'm going to do the drone here for is I'm going to zoom in on the item so I can actually see it render completely. I'm going to leave it here for a second, kind of do it a couple times. The reason for this is whenever you use the Pathfinder class, you're going to actually take over a drone flying in the sky. And sometimes that drone doesn't actually see these farm equipment. So if I do this enough for a couple seconds, it actually will make sure that when my drone is flying overhead, it can see the farm equipment. Okay, so I'm done looking at these. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. I need to open my uplink protocol. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and activate it. Alright, so I'm going to be taking over an Armadros drone. So I'm going to go ahead and hit my special ability, which is to take over the drone. Alright, and I'm going to zoom in over here on Scandium Mine. That first one, if you notice, it hasn't shown up just yet, but if you give it a second, it will show up. There we go. And I'm going to shoot a rocket at it. And it takes 2 to blow it up. So give it a second. If you notice, it's counting down on my time to shoot another rocket. And that's number 2. Boom, there it goes. And the next one is over here. I'm going to zoom in on it. Once my time is counted down on the rocket, I can fire. Try to center it as best you can so you make sure you get a good hit. That's the first hit. And my second hit. And you notice when both of them blew up, it put the items in my inventory. We can go ahead and terminate the uplink protocol, and we're good. So now the drone that we were using up there is gone. We don't need to use it anymore. Even this guy right here that's located in Scandium Mine, if you notice, he's the snitch. He's the radio guy. He's calling for backup. I'm way too far away from him for the backup to come hurt me, even though it says reinforcements incoming. We don't have to worry about that. Now, we just blew those up. We are just on this side of this line right here where this bivouac is, and I'm going to send my drone out. When I send my drone out, I'm going to go straight out. I don't really need to do anything else until I see it go in my inventory. You see the 2 items got picked up. Pull my drone back. Send the drone out again. I'm going to push it forward just far enough to where those items go in my inventory, and I'm going to push it back. And I'm just going to do this over and over and over. If you notice, I'm getting every single item that I would possibly need to craft, except the embedded ag cores. Like I told you before, you won't get those except for actually taking out drones. We can sit here and do this over and over again, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, and this is how you can just pack on those inventory items. If you like to sell your inventory items for profit, sure, go ahead and do that. Now, the one thing you're going to get the most of is the explosive devices. And again, pretty much everything that blows up in your inventory that you can use uses explosive devices. You're going to get 3, 3, 3, 3 over and over and over again. The electronic sensors always come in packs of 2, and so do the optical lenses. And that's for sync shot drones if you're using those. So, rinse, wash, and repeat over and over again. Whenever you feel like, you can certainly take a look at your inventory. If you'd like, you can actually still go back into the bivouac, and you can come back out of the bivouac and keep doing this again and again and again, as long as you'd like to sit here and grind for it. Now, Daemon Microchips, you can use those for Mark II EMPs. I'll put that on a later tutorial. Metal parts you can pretty much find anywhere in the game. There are a couple places that have extra metal parts. Old shells and saltpeter, I'm going to put that on a later tutorial that you can use for crafting your rockets and so forth. And then your Mark III EMP Behemoth Microchips. Again, I told you earlier that I'm going to put that on a later tutorial so we can take out some Behemoth for some microchips. So I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and thanks for watching.